my fellow Aquarius friends. Not my fellow Aquarius friends. I'm not Aquarian. I know why I said that. Okay. Anyway, hello Aquarius. Welcome to your general reading for November 2018. I'm sorry I'm a couple of days late putting it up. Last week was a big week and it got away from me, unfortunately. But I'm here and I'm ready to start with your intuitive messages. So the first thing that came through was I felt your heart beating quite arrhythmically. It's actually starting to feel a bit tight now. So please, if you have any heart condition or you've been experiencing pain, chest pain, arrhythmia, shortness of breath for no reason, all that kind of stuff, please go and get a checkup. Okay, go and get a checkup. I do feel it just might be diet related, but you know, it never pays to go and get a checkup, especially when it's got to do with your heart. Okay, that was the first thing that came up. That was my heart just kept beating quite strongly, and I heard my heartbeat. So it's really important that you go and get that checked out, please, if that pertains to you. All right. Now, obviously, these messages aren't going to resonate with every Aquarian, but I feel that it should cover most of you. All right. Now, some of you have forgotten to have fun. All right. Or some of you have been working so hard and you've got families and you've traded the time at the office for time with your family. All right. Now, with school holidays coming up in a few weeks, maybe, like, you know, I think we're halfway through term now, certainly in Australia. If that pertains to you, or even if there's not school holidays coming up, maybe plan to take some time out with your family if that pertains to you, if that resonates with you. Otherwise, what Spirit is saying, what Universe is saying, is that you need to remember how to have fun. And that could be related to your heart problem as well. I feel like you might be carrying a bit of grief because of an emotional loss that you suffered. You're holding it in your heart, my loves. And it could be that you've been emotionally eating, okay, and it's really starting to affect your health and you need to get it checked out. Okay, it's very, very important. Please. Thank you. Now, Thanks, guys. All right, so some of you are going to, there's something you've been desiring, something you've been wishing for, and I feel like you're going to get that wish. Now, it may not happen this month, but just keep desiring it, keep putting it out there, because eventually it's going to come to you. It will come to you, it will come to you, it will come to you. Now, that's the law of vibration. So don't say, I want. Don't say I want, because want is a word that indicates lack. Okay, because when you say want, that means you don't have. So Universe says, oh, she doesn't have it. We'll give her more of we'll give him or her more of what they don't have. Easy. That's easy. That's an easy job for the Universe. It doesn't have to do anything. When you say I desire or I accept into my life that new job, that new car, that new love, that wonderful friendship, that's when things start to change. That's the law of vibration working for you. Okay, I desire, I'm so thankful for, always present tense. And there's lots of, Esther Abraham Hicks creating abundance videos on YouTube that you can look that up on. And I feel that some of you are feeling a little bit insecure. And I'm not quite sure why, but everything's going to be okay, all right? That's something you're doing to yourself, all right? Only you can stop those feelings of insecurity. Now, if this has got to do with a relationship that is not what you want, then you need to leave that relationship. You need to be strong enough and say, hey, I deserve better than this. I need to leave this relationship. Okay, you'll be safe in doing so. All right. And maybe that's what's stopping your wishes from coming true. Ever thought about that? Okay. Anyway, just putting it out there. All right. The next thing was there are a lot of you who are actually able, your higher senses are awakening, and you might be going through quite a lot of change at the moment. Now, I have said this in almost every video that I've done this month, and I've actually heard it in a lot of the videos that I have watched myself. So it's not... this is not unusual. This seems to be happening across the board because there's big shifts happening. Big shifts, okay? The sun, not our sun, but the big sun, the central sun, is actually just blasting our planet with energy at the moment. And that's to help, burn off all the old stuff and get us moving quickly through the fourth dimension and into the fifth. That's why there's all this turmoil around the world at the moment, because things are trying to, balance themselves out. So please make sure that you are taking it, try and take it in your stride. If you feel like you need to lay down and have a nap, do so. All right, don't be surprised if you're getting headaches. Don't be surprised if you're getting ringing in your ears. Don't be surprised if you're having visitations. Don't be afraid. All right, don't be surprised if you're seeing more lights in the sky. That's the veil is lifting. Okay, it's becoming very thin. So more of that is going to happen. Now there's luck around you this month, so maybe go out and buy a lottery ticket, but don't sell your house just to win the lottery. Okay, if you're meant to win, then one ticket will do. Right? If you're meant to win, one ticket will do, if that's fate. Okay, now there's something to do with... I feel like for some of you, there's a personal relationship that's really causing you some confusion and doubt and anxiety and frustration. Okay? Now, again, despite the state of your relationship, there's stuff that happens around you, and then there's stuff that you do to yourself. Okay, so make sure you draw very tight boundaries and recognize what it is you're doing to yourself and how you're responding, because and what's happening back to you, because that's a reflection of what you're feeling about yourself. Okay, so what are you doing that is allowing you to feel this heartbreak, to feel this sadness around this relationship? I feel like it's out of balance. I feel like one person feels like they love the other person more, and that, or putting more into the relationship or investing more into the relationship, and the other person saying, no, I love you, blah blah blah. You're just imagining things, and it's like out of balance. I feel like one person feels like it's really out of balance, and the other person's like, well, no, we're here we are. Okay, so really use your intuition and your guidance around this. It may or may not work out. You may or may not break up. But I feel that if you are able to come to a place where you gain a wider perspective and you listen deeply to what the other person is saying, and you respond with kind words instead of getting into an argument. If you look behind the words that are actually being said, that whether you stay or they stay, or whether you go or they go, I feel that either way, it will work out. It will be good for the both of you. Okay? I hope that makes sense. There's a lot of confused energy around that, so I had to make sure that I was choosing my words carefully. Okay? But there's a lot of you out there who are experiencing ascension symptoms. My team just wanted me to remind you, don't be afraid, don't be scared. It's happening all across the board, and it's happening everywhere, and it needs to happen so that we can evolve humanity to in line with the global evolution of our planet. Okay, all right. So it's an important thing that's going on. So if you need to seek help with it, please do. Okay, all right. What's next for Aquarius? I think we're going to go to the fairy realm for you. All right, or the hidden realm, the wisdom of the hidden realm oracle. And I'm going to, we'll see if I need to use another deck. All right. Accurate messages for my Aquarius friends, please. Now, I have pre-shuffled the cards before I started recording, but I know that you like to see them being shuffled. So, wow, big month for you guys. I can feel it. My heart's starting to beat again. So that's a really important message. If you start feeling symptoms, go to your doctor, get checked out. Please, please, please. I'm starting to get pains up the back of my neck. Okay. Now, in this deck, for those of you who have been following me, you know that I don't normally read reversals because my team will tell me where there's an obstacle. With this deck, I find the reversals help a lot because of the way the messages are presented. Okay, so I will show you if a reversal comes up, it is an obstacle or a lesson, but that doesn't necessarily have to be a negative thing. Okay, so the first card that came out was the Dragon's Jewel, and it did come up as an obstacle. Okay, the second card that came out was the Sun Dancers. Beautiful card. You'll love it when you see it. Another card for my Aquarian friends, please, for November 2018. Okay, you just popped out, didn't you? All right, the Lady of the Mirror. Reversed. You wanted to come out too. The Lady of the Gift, reversed. Okay. All right. So, you know how this really, just 4 cards, guys. That's all I need. They just told me to stop. Okay. So, you know how I spoke to you about balance and how you really feel like you're out of balance? I feel like this is, for those of you where that didn't pertain to an emotional relationship, although this message will pertain to that as well, your life is way out of whack. You need to start getting your stuff together, okay? For those of you that this message resonates with, all right? So the Dragon's Jewel is all about inner conflict, morality, and conscious choice. So conscious choice, all right? The Dragon Jewel, there it is. There's 2 dragons by the tail, and nobody's winning the fight. Nobody is winning the fight, okay? And that's your lesson. You're keeping yourself down, okay? You're keeping yourself there in place. Nobody's going up, nobody's going down. Okay? Now this is about you. You need to start questioning where your morals lie and what your personal ethics are and your personal rules, okay? Because they might need adjusting. And I feel that that's got to do with the narratives that are running through your head. I'm not worth it. I'm ugly. I'm not worth anything. I'm not worth a beautiful relationship. I'm not worthy of love, all that kind of stuff. You need to change that narrative, okay? Because it's holding you in place and it's causing you harm, all right? It's causing you so much inner conflict that you aren't actually able to make conscious choices, okay? And that's really sad, okay? You're making choices, you're just reacting instead of responding, okay? And you need to be able to find balance. You need to be able to gain a wider perspective. And at the moment you can't, because you're keeping yourself you're keeping yourself in place, okay? All right, now the Sun Dancers came out, and they came out as an ally, okay? So they've come down to show you how you can remember what it feels like to be joyful again and to celebrate life and to develop that gratitude that leads to a feeling of abundance in your life already. So when you're grateful for what you already have and you let go of the stuff that no longer serves you, certainly emotionally, which means spiritually as well, you then allow more abundance to come to you. So they've come to you as your allies. They're working really hard with you. Look at them. They're so free dancing in the sun dancers. There they are. I love that they're doing that. Look, they're flying high above the ruins. All right? Your life does not have to be this. Your life does not have to be this. All right? You can be free. You can be free. But you're keeping yourself down. You're keeping yourself down. And I know that it's not going to be easy. All right? I've been there myself. I have been there myself. And it was a struggle. It took me years. Okay? But I think for those of you that do put in the effort, you'll start seeing really good results by the end of the month, at least by the end of the year. Okay? So remember the sun dancers, they're there. All right, now, the Lady of the Mirror, she came out reversed. This is about reflection and non-judgment. Okay? So you need to stop judging yourself. Okay? This is you here, right? She came out as a lesson to learn. This is you here, but you are looking at your reflection and you're not really seeing it clearly. You're not seeing it clearly because you don't have that perspective. All right? The water is muddied and you're judging yourself on the reflection that you see, the external reflection that you see in your external world. All right? If you weren't judging yourself, your external world would look a whole lot different. All right? It would look more abundant. It would look more beautiful. There'd be more, you would be grateful every day. All right? Okay, so the Lady of the Mirror, she's come to you to say, stop doing that. Do this. Be in control. Be in control of what you see in the lake. Okay? Be in control of what you see in the lake. Don't be the reflection. Be in control. All right. Now, the Lady of the Gift, she also came out reversed. So another big lesson for you to learn. Now, the Lady of the Gift represents generosity and receiving and withholding, generally withholding from yourself when she's reversed. Okay, so you've forgotten what it is to receive. Even when you do receive something, you've forgotten that receiving is actually giving as well. Okay, receiving is just another form of giving, which is another form of love. And you've shut yourself away. So for those of you that this message pertains to, you've shut yourself away. It's time for you to come out and learn how to receive again. Okay? And to not withhold yourself from the world. Get out there and show your brilliance. Get out there and show your light. Nobody else in this world is doing you the way you do it. You need to get out there and show the world what you're capable of. At the moment, you're hiding yourself away. And you don't need to. You're doing this to yourself. Okay? All right. I'm going to get a, I'm just going to draw one healing oracle card, spiritual healing oracle card from Tony Carmine Salerno, because I really feel that you guys need to know what's underlying all this. Just remember the sun dancers are there to help you remember to be joyful. It doesn't have to be this. You don't have to hide yourself away. All right? Remember the sun dancers. Go out. Things grow in the sun. Ideas are made when you're outside. Okay? Come back to yourself. Show the world how great you are. Okay, these cards are slipping out of my hands. I'm just going to... Okay. A clear message, please. A clear spiritual message for my Aquarian friends, please. Yeah, okay. This card came out. Guidance, all right? Now you can see this turmoil up here, all right? Now, that's all about, that's what you're carrying. That is what you're carrying, and that's what's stopping you from going outside and enjoying the serenity of this. Right? There's a lot of sunshine here under the storm, but you're holding on to this. You're creating this. Okay? You need to let it go. You need to let it go. All right? That sadness that we talked about earlier, that emotional attachment, that emotional energy that's really frustrating you, feels like you've got a broken heart, you must let it go. Find a way to cut the cords gently and lovingly and let it go. You need to release the past and allow new energies to come into your life. Because if you're carrying all this, right, that's all you're going to get. There's no more space. There's no more space. Now, if you imagine where my hand is, everything that I'm covering up, if you release all that, look at all the space. You've got that whole card. Imagine this picture being extended behind my hand. All right? You need to let go. All right? You need to allow your life to flow and let your guidance lead you. Okay? Your intuition and your guidance will keep you safe. All right? But you must let this go. You are creating and brewing this storm. Let it go, my love. Okay? Let it go. And let the sun come out. Clear that storm. And let the sun come out. Look at that. What a difference. What a difference. Okay. My Aquarians, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment. A lot of these readings don't make sense at the beginning of the month, but then you come to the end of the month and you go, holy wow. I've done that myself. It's like, I get it now. Okay, so please leave a comment if you feel guided. If you did like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. All right, I'll see you next month for your December reading. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.